They fooled me, we can't get fooled again.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
If you don't like what we tell you to believe in, we'll kill you.
All right, kids. Listen. Don't listen to this podcast.
Don't listen to this.
If you're not of age.
What's of age?
18.
So 16?
18. We're a bunch of dudes, and we're going to say some really bad words.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast.
Yeah, what's poppin'?
What up, guys?
What are we, episode 80 something? 80 plus?
I think 82.
80 plus?
80,
Yeah.
80 Ds.
Yeah.
We got
Sounds about right.
got our papers.
Yeah, we got a lot of research papers out. I hope you guys are doing good. This is a episode that, believe it or not, it's in the top 50, top 30 conspiracy situations.
Which is saying something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jorge has no idea.
No,
We're
yeah.
going in this completely blind.
But
I am going in blind, too.
But I'm intrigued now that you said that.
Yeah.
So
So this is
like an
Get into it.
acorn.
This is the episode on the Voynich Manuscript, and I'm gonna keep trying to say Voynich because for some reason I'm
Voynich.
struggling with Voynich, but it's Voynich.
It's Voynich.
Voynich.
Yeah.
It's Voynich.
The Voynich Manuscript.
I think you called
And-
it Voyage a little bit
The
ago.
Voyage Manuscript. We're gonna
So
fantastic voyage.
if you have not heard of the Voynich Manuscript, it's a huge mystery that has been around for about 600 or 700 years.
But these are older than
Okay.
that.
No, I mean we'll go into it,
Yeah.
but from carbon
From when they
dating.
were finding, then when they
Yeah,
found them,
yeah,
they
yeah,
found
yeah.
them 600 years
So,
ago. Yeah.
in short, here's what it is right out the gate, right? It's a manuscript that is obviously intellectual, and it's obviously in a language that humanity has not determined.
I mean, it literally, me and Eric were talking about this before the episode. It looks like Elvish.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like this really looks very Lord of the Ringsy.
Yeah. Now, what's important to know is, and we're going to put it on our Patreon, all the images of the actual manuscript. But it's not like gibberish. It's not like scribbles that you put on a cave.
No, this
You
is
got-
like
you
this is
had-
like script.
Yeah, this is not like Sean and I had a bunch of mead. And then we scribbled some
Write it
shit
down.
on the walls. Yeah.
No, this is
It's-
very articulate.
Yeah.
And they're like pictures and images, like the people. Like, look at this, a bathhouse.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of like naked bitches in here. Like, I mean, they're clearly women because
Yeah.
they're like
Titties.
Yeah, the titties, and like she was like touching her ass.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
all ladies. Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, this manuscript was found, and nobody to this day has been able to decipher.
Because it's a language that doesn't exist anymore. It's like fucking dead language.
That's right.
What if it's from like
Wow.
space?
Yeah.
I
So
was
the
just asking
Voynich.
ChatGPT.
You did?
It already
what
like
did- what did
deciphered
you
it.
say?
Yeah,
It's like, nah,
cracked,
here's
it
what
cracked
it's-
the code.
It's
No, actually, surprisingly,
It's
it says
the recipe for Coke.
Yeah.
like for Starburst.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it doesn't know. It
Yeah,
just says that it's a text, appears to be in a script that is not immediately recognizable, resembling the undeciphered script of the Voyage. Voynich? What do you say?
Voynich.
Voynich Manuscript.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah, okay.
basically everything you just said.
Yeah,
so even
okay.
AI doesn't know this.
Yeah.
Fucking- this
Well, that
is
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the Voynich
That makes sense.
manuscript,
That makes sense.
the Voynich manuscript remains one of the most mysterious artifacts in human history. Its origins, content, and purpose have puzzled scholars,
Cryptographers.
cryptographers, and historians for centuries. The Voynich manuscript is believed to have originated in the early 15th century,
Oh, so it's not even that old.
based on carbon dating, placing its creation around 1404.
Wow.
Oh, see, that makes it even more sketch.
Yeah.
I was thinking this was like 12,000 years old, like
Yeah.
before like human records.
So based on carbon dating, which, we assume is legit.
I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed. Like fucking.
I mean, they figured out T-Rex.
I know. Well, that's even
Ish.
real.
Yeah.
I mean, but these are these like on paper?
Yep.
How's that fucking paper still like
So
going?
radiocarbon dating conducted at the University of Arizona in 2009 determined that the parchment of the Voynich manuscript dates between 1404 and 1438. Now, subsequent protein testing in 2014 confirmed that the parchment was made from calf skin.
Oh, so that's why it's like legit.
Okay.
It's not like for like wood.
Yeah.
It's like fucking
Old school.
I know, like
Calf.
a young calf, like Wagyu, like fucking premium calf skin.
Multispectral analysis indicated that the manuscript was the first and only text written on this parchment, confirming that it is not palimpsest, which is essentially a reusing of paper.
Okay.
So what they would do in olden times, we'll call it, they would take paper on a calf skin and they would reuse it because it's not like they had tons of reams of paper from Amazon.
No, they're like clean the ink off and like
yes,
fucking
exactly. So
reuse
they
it
would
again.
reuse it. So they determined that it was the original.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like
Yeah.
Kinko's out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So while the parchment quality is average, showing typical imperfections like holes and tears, it was meticulously prepared.
I mean, if you look at it, like there was a lot of effort that went into this. Like with the fucking, like why do they even draw this? Right? Like another 4 other bitches. There's no dudes at all. There's all a bunch of chicks and like fucking.
So
root
this was drawn by a
vegetables and shit.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hell yeah.
It is estimated.
It's actually deciphered to be early stages of porn.
I know. They're like, ooh, touch each other.
Yeah.
Come on. Woo! He was like, oh, and Linda walked over to the bathhouse. Okay. All the boys were like, that's why like, gotta kill this language out.
Actually, that word right there says MILF.
Milf. I know.
So it was determined that the parchment was made from 14 or 15 entire calfskins.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cats.
Yeah. It was.
Additionally,
Wagyu.
because it's we have it today, so it's not like gone. It's not like lost.
Yeah.
So the binding is made out of goat skin.
There's a lot of skins.
Yeah.
That's like a fucking weird like
But the binding
skin
is
book.
but the binding is not original.
Okay.
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 Yeah. They date back to the time when the manuscript was held by Collegio Romano, and the presence of insect holes in the first and last of the folios and tanning discoloration along the edges suggests that the manuscript originally had a wooden cover,
Oh, so then he was like,
which was later
put
replaced.
some fucking goat skin on this
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Like let's
Now,
make it
now I
tight.
just wanted to clear up what folio is. So if you were to do printing or papers in this 1400s, the folio is the full paper, and so it was 2 or 4 pages. So if you have a book that's 100 pages,
It's actually made of like
it's-
50 pages.
it's 200.
Oh, okay. So
So the folio is 2 front back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when they say the word folio, yeah.
thank you
Yeah,
for clearing that
okay.
up. Because
Yeah.
you said it, I was like,
The manuscript is characterized by unconventional content, which is a series of illustrations depicting unidentified plants.
yeah, like what is this shit?
So these are
Doesn't even look
strange plants that. Now here's the confusing part. If it was, so a lot of people say it's a plant book or a book on botany or a book.
But why are all the naked bitches?
Exactly.
Yes, and when was the last time you saw a plant that,
That
looked
looked
like that?
I know, a plant that looked like a bonfire. I know, like look at the one like
Yeah.
it's like a quadruple carrot.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is this? What kind of
fucking
root vegetable
insane.
is that?
This one
That looks like a carrot, but like
like
17.
rain over here.
And then what are these like wedding cake things?
I know.
Like what is that
It doesn't make
shit?
sense at
Like,
all.
you see that shit?
Yeah.
And then like why are they like in between the words? Like why do they do that? Like they're like in between all the words. Like what is that? Jellyfish plant?
So additionally, in some
Random ass
Yeah,
shit.
in
Random,
some of the
right.
pages, they have astronomical diagrams, intricate human figures. You saw the women that are in the bath, and the problem is that nobody can translate it.
No, and like, it's also
Nobody can.
it's nothing that really makes any sense. It's just a bunch of random shit.
Yeah.
Like fucking random as fuck.
Despite its European appearance, the exact origin and authorship of the Voynich manuscript remains intense debate and speculation. Nobody knows. This is basically the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some theories propose it was created in Central Europe, possibly in German-speaking regions, while others suggest an Italian origin due to the stylistic and historical clues within the manuscript itself.
Did they say where they found it?
I'm gonna
get to that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna get to that. I love that. No, that was a great question.
No,
And
because
I
like,
added
that,
that.
like,
yeah.
yeah. And also I wondered, I was like, why is like
Yeah.
University of Arizona doing the carbon?
So we have a little bit of a timeline, and the timeline is weird because it's passed on from homie to homie.
It's like the
Yeah.
Bible.
Yeah, so it would be like kind of like I have it, and then I write Sean a letter. I'm like, dear Sean.
I know on some calfskin. I hope my calfskin is received.
Yes. Of all the squires I know, today you will find this manuscript enclosed. Translate it you must.
Unfortunately, I was a slave at this time. Sorry, Eric, I will not be able to translate.
Man,
this
the good old days for me, huh?
I know. Eric was at the pinnacle, the zenith
Top of my
literally.
race.
I know. Me and Jorge are in the fucking fields, and Eric's like, got like a white, like fluffy collar. Like, oh, no AC though. Fuck you, you're melting to death. You love the bathhouses though, with like the nice European
I
ladies.
mean, I had like 100 wives.
Polygamy was no such.
That's why there's all the white serial killers because they have all the...
because of that shit.
Since its discovery, the Voynich manuscript has been subjected to rigorous examination and analysis by scholars from various disciplines, basically linguists, cryptographers, botanists, astronomers.
I know, because you're trying to like
historians.
identify the
Yeah.
plants, and like
Yeah,
something's
yeah.
got to give it like what the fuck could that be?
They continually tried to solve it or decode it, etc. The Voynich manuscript has attracted attention by both professional and amateur cryptographers, including notable American and British code breakers from World War I and II.
Oh, they were like the guys
So
the guys who broke fucking
Yes!
the Enigma.
Yes. So the same guys who broke those codes,
The
they were sent
imitation
this,
game.
and they couldn't figure it out.
Benedict Cumberbatch could not
Yeah.
break this.
Yeah, and I wrote down. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to hear about those cryptographers, but it's Prescott, Currier, William Friedman, Elizabeth Friedman, John Tiltman, but all of them failed.
Yeah,
They were all sent this, failed.
I would love
couldn't
to
figure
be
it out.
like a person who gets sent this kind of shit.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
They
right?
could. They
You wanna be
figured
a
out.
cryptographer?
They figured out the Japanese fucking codes, or the Nazi codes, but they couldn't figure out this.
Yeah, the Enigma. They had to build a goddamn computer to start to solve it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Despite centuries of effort, the Voynich manuscript's text remains undeciphered. The script consists of an estimated 25 to 30 distinct characters, arranged in a consistent yet incomprehensible manner. Efforts to decipher it have included statistical analysis of letter frequency.
oh, to try to like maybe like decipher like potential word. But we're also basing that off the language of the time they're even. So like they could have been like, "Thou art thou, thine, them," like, you know, like so you're like what?
Comparisons with other known languages, the application of computational techniques. However, these efforts have yielded no results, leaving the manuscript's language and meaning elusive as ever. The manuscript features 170,000 characters.
Wow, that's like a long ass book.
Damn.
Divided into about 35,000 groups that one would consider words, because you see there's like a space.
Right.
And then you have
Right?
like shit like this, like what could this possibly mean?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, that's what they were
it
smoking.
was like a
back
little
then.
crown. I know.
that's the
I'm
weed
pretty
right
sure.
there.
Like yeah, that was the weed right there. He's like, oh, this plant got me so faded. I started writing.
That's actually
I started
probably what it
drawing-
is.
started drawing shit,
This fucking
like-
like some motherfucker was tripping and like
Yeah,
made up
tripping
his
ball.
own language.
And then he was foraging. He was like, these look like legit mushrooms.
Yeah.
And then like out of nowhere, he's like, oh,
Manuscript.
a manuscript. I'm gonna write it. I need some more of those. Where are they? Would you find those?
The only thing that they did figure out is that it's not gibberish.
No, it's clearly it's clearly.
So like if you and I got fucking smashed out,
I wouldn't.
fucking smashed out, and we're like, let's make up our own fucking language.
Dude, I can't even type.
we-
I can't even type in a straight line like this. Like holy
True,
shit!
true.
It's
Yeah.
like fucking. You
I
put a
don't
level
know.
on that thing.
It
It's
looks
like
like
perfectly
gibberish to
straight.
me.
But look how perfectly straight. It's like, it's so coherently written.
No, you're right. You're
Like
right. Shit.
I couldn't. There's no lines. There's no like paper. It's not gonna fucking
Multiple researchers say that it's written by more than one person.
Oh, like the handwriting
Really?
analysis, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was like,
that's even.
But
that's even
no more than
intriguing.
plan, like there's like
but no more than 3.
oh, the 3 wise men.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, granted, I only
This one
printed
looks a little
out.
bit
I only
different.
It
granted
does look different,
granted
yeah.
I printed out only like 10
The,
pages.
the chicks
Yeah.
look the same.
You know.
Whoever was
Yeah.
drawing the chicks
Yeah.
is the same motherfucker.
so you think
for
like
sure.
one guy was
One dude was drawing the bitches.
Yeah.
And then one dude was drawing the plants, and then another dude was,
Right,
was
true.
doing the writing.
The guy on shrooms is
Yeah,
doing the
guys,
plants, for sure.
Whoa, the god plants. Look at this with the fucking.
So the manuscript is organized into 6 main sections, each characterized by distinct types of illustrations with the drawings and the actual wording.
Okay.
Right? Section 1 is the herbal section.
Oh, with like all like the fucking.
It displays illustrations of plants with accompanying text, typical of European herbal works, right? The plants are not identifiable, which is the problem.
Yeah, because they all look very weird.
Yeah. Some illustrations seem to refine versions of sketches from the pharmaceutical section. So there's a pharmaceutical section.
Okay.
Yeah. Another section, which are 21 folios, right, is the astronomical section. It includes circular diagrams related to astronomy or astrology, featuring symbols of zodiac,
yeah.
Constellations and diagrams with female figures, some nude, holding or connected to the stars.
So it's like a lot of the things are like. It's not like it's like off kilter of like the normal shit that
Yeah.
people were doing.
Yeah.
But maybe they were just like from. Maybe these guys like traveled in from like some like far distant land, and they were like 3 homies, and like people were like
Distant land or distant planet?
Now we're talking. These are the plants from my homeland, brother. Look at this fucking imperial plant here.
That's right.
Like doesn't even like what the fuck? What is the fuck is that?
It's
Is that a sunflower?
It's unearthly. Earthly. Or
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean like that doesn't look like a plant. Like how can that be a plant? But then like looks like a little thing that's like, you know, like diagram 6. Like you
Or
know?
it could be like a little signature, a little
A little
yeah.
So there's-
initial here.
Yeah.
This is like a contract.
What if-
and it's like
what
an
if it's
initial here and initial here.
Actually, it's like this.
Oh, it is like that. That looks way
So
more
this
legit.
is kind of like the roots right here.
Okay. Wow. Damn. See, Jorge's already deciphering this shit. Because I'm like looking at it, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense at all. This looks ridiculous. Okay, that
Okay.
looks way more legit.
Yeah.
And now the writing makes sense too.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, I suck at this. I'm not a cryptographer.
So there's another one.
Like-
There's another section, which is 20 folios, so 40 pages.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
You like that word folio, don't you?
Yes,
I
he
know.
does. See, my name is
Yeah.
next son, Folio. Folio.
and it's called the balneological section. And balneological is the
botany,
study
like-
or relation to springs, water, hot springs,
okay.
etc. And as you can see in the women,
Oh, that are in the
they're in some sort of water
Some sort
or
of-
Yeah,
some
it
sort
looks
of,
like a
Look at this one,
bathhouse.
yeah.
type thing,
bathhouse.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And there's like words in between the thing. Like,
And those are connected by a network of pipes, suggesting
all
a theme
touching.
of water or bathing.
maybe this
Or
is
I don't know what
yeah.
they're doing. Yeah.
I mean, it's
that's-
weird. Like it looks like they're bathing, but then they're all like
Yeah.
touching each
Yeah.
other. Like I don't know why they all
Yeah.
have to be like why they all touching.
Yeah.
Like every
Also,
single one
none
is
of them
touching
look
the
like
other.
Kim K. So
No,
that's
they-
like
What'd
you say?
a natural.
No, this is definitely like
a
14th century
yeah.
European woman, like for sure, 100%.
So another section is the cosmological section, and it features more like circular diagrams, including a fold-out showing maps of islands, causeways connecting to castles.
I wonder if they were able to identify those actual like lands that they were depicting in that,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, well,
That's a good
this
question.
is like Ireland or this is blah, and like
Yeah. The other section is a pharmaceutical section. It shows detailed drawings of isolated plant parts and then how to use them for medicinal purposes.
But how do they know they
Yeah,
use it for medicinal purposes?
that's
They
what I was
can't even
gonna say.
they can't even discern what it's saying. This is medicinal. Trust me.
But it's more like apothecary jars.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
that make sense?
What
An
is that?
apothecary?
What the hell is that?
An apothecary was like an ancient pharmacist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally, they would go and you go and like they have all little drawers and
Yeah.
like, oh, you need like some of this little fucking peppermint and
Yeah. They're like, you go like, I'm constipated, and you go and they go, this is a plant of the herb of the 17th century, and I found it.
I know,
And you
like-
take it and you rub it on your.
he's like, this is
rub it on your chest.
He's like, this is
Oh,
magnesium.
you mean Vicks?
Yeah, Vicks vapor
He's
rub.
like, this is magnesium.
Yeah.
You're gonna be shitting fucking bricks on me. Like, trust me.
And then the last main section was a recipe section, and it consists of full pages of text divided into short paragraphs, each marked with a star, kind of almost alluding to it. It's like a recipe.
I love how they
But this
they-
is all guessing.
They broke it up into
Yes.
sections based off what they potentially maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, this does look like if you look at this shit, like it looks like it's going into are those jars, and then somehow and then it's eventually pouring into the
You guys
tub.
have to look at these
I
photos.
know, these photos are wild.
Yeah.
And literally, and then it's somehow like then they're bathing in it.
Yeah.
What if it's like blood?
I know.
Like some
Well,
weird-
no, in the photo it's actually green.
Oh, they had colors.
So I don't
back
know.
Then.
I don't know what it.
The water is
The
green?
water is green that they're bathing in.
It was like algae bloom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We got to make sure to edit that into like the videos, like these some of these pictures while we're talking about it.
if we can get some Filipinos on this shit,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'll have all of it. This isn't this. Dude, I had like this much. Yeah, I'm parched, bro.
I'm super dehydrated.
I know. I'm sweating to death. Like, and I'm literally wearing a fucking G-string. You know?
So the manuscript has a complex history and is rooted in European materials and practices of the time. Its journey throughout ownership began with George, and without an E, George.
Gorg.
Jorge.
Gorg.
Jorge. Yeah, it's Jorge.
But there's no E.
I know.
It's whore.
Baresh, and he's a 17th century alchemist from Prague
Of course, he was an alchemist too. Like
who found
give me those
himself
fucking
puzzled
manuscripts.
by a manuscript, and he called it the Sphinx, which was taking up space uselessly in his library.
the Sphinx.
Yeah.
And it all
Funny,
comes
funny,
full
funny.
circle.
Now, I don't know if you've researched yet on your pyramid episode, but the Sphinx
Yeah.
was buried head deep
Yeah.
for a long period of time, and it was almost like a red herring of the pyramids, because you think it's part of the pyramids, but it was completely dated in a different time period.
It was.
Yeah. So it's almost, so what he's saying is it's like almost like a trick in, like we think it's part of this time period,
But it's not.
But it's not.
But it's also the well, I won't
Yeah.
get into it.
Yeah.
I was going to get into the Sphinx anyways. We'll talk about it later.
So he had it in his library, and now here's part of the problem with this guy. This is the first known person who owned this.
First known alchemist.
Yeah.
like,
No, he's the first person who we have a record showing that owned this,
How
but
do
we
they-
don't know where he got it.
It was just in his library.
Exactly.
I mean, he's like running in some sketch circles in the alchemy,
So
the alchemy
now-
gang. He's like the
now
first drug
he
dealer.
was aware of it.
He's
He was
slanging fucking alchemist.
He was aware of a famous Jesuit scholar named Athanaeus Kircher, and his work was deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Okay.
So he was very
That guy's
famous
legit,
for
yeah.
accomplishing that. So he sent him a copy of the script seeking insight, though there's no record of the response. So there's a record of him
stole 'em.
sending it to him, but no response from the guy.
Well, he was
That
like
makes
he
sense?
like had like a Boeing flight the next day and like fucking
Yeah.
done, got him out.
So the exact details of how George Barish acquired the manuscript are not clearly documented, as I said earlier. As an alchemist in the 17th century in Prague, it was a hub for scholarly and esoteric studies. George likely obtained the manuscript through the intellectual circles of the time, and you kind of like buy it on the black market.
Oh yeah, that's
You
like
buy
dude,
shit
You're at like a
and-
party and
yeah.
he's like, "Doug, if I got some fucking
Yeah.
manuscript, you're gonna get real down on." And he's like, "Okay," and then like bring him more wine and like, "Fuck off, servant, come over." Like,
Peasant.
yeah, why don't you come over to my library?
Unfortunately, historical records do not specify how he got it. So we still don't know. So upon his death, the manuscript was passed to John Maruk Masi. He
That
was a
sounds rich.
rector. Do you remember rector? Rector, we did in the last episode.
Oh, there's like a
Yes.
teacher.
It's like a teacher
Yeah.
or somebody who's like a high ranking in a
Oh,
school or
yeah,
a
yeah,
religious
yeah.
school
We did
or
that
that
with
sort of thing.
what's her name? I almost said Anne Frank.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
The blind girl.
Yeah, blind and deaf.
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller.
Yeah.
Also
There
got
you
a
go.
degree. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
know.
I
And there's
remember.
so much data.
Astrophysicist.
There's so much data rolling around in our heads. Sometimes it's hard to. Yeah. But so he then received it upon the death of George. Or
I wonder why
Jorge.
he got it. It's like rated his shit.
And he was a rector at Charles University in Prague.
Oh, they're both in Prague.
Yeah. So he eventually sent it to Kirchner, which is the guy who was the Egyptian
Hieroglyph guy.
right? And,
Jesuit.
and we have the letter of him sending it to him.
Okay.
Okay.
I would love this.
And this was in August of 1665. The letter expressed Marcy's deep respect for his intellect, suggesting that the manuscript could be read by nobody other than Kirchner.
You are the only one. There can only be one.
The
chosen one. I know.
And here's just some of the letter. It says, Reverend and distinguished Father in Christ.
No,
This-
it actually says Reverend and Distinguished Sir.
Sir, Father in Christ.
It's like, damn, like multiple platitudes on that.
This book, bequeathed to me by an intimate friend, I destined for you, my very dear Athanasius, as soon as it came into my possession, for I was convinced that it could be read by no one except yourself.
Damn. Fucking, I wish anyone
Why didn't you
would
send
write
me a letter
anything.
like that?
I wish
Why didn't
anyone
you
would
send
write
me a
anything.
letter like that?
Send me a text like that or something.
My dearest Lord, Sir, fucking Lord Baron, you were
Your
doing...
presence is required in the podcast studio.
It could be said by none other than your grace himself.
The former
Your audience is waiting for
The
you.
audience, I know. It's like, your distinguished listeners
Yeah.
have bequeathed unto thee.
The former owner of this book asked your opinion by letter, copying and sending you a portion of the book from which he believed you would be able to read the remainder. But he at that time refused to send the book itself. To its deciphering he devoted unflagging toil, as is apparent from attempts of his, which I send you herewith. And he relinquished hope only with his life. But his toil was in vain, for such sphinxes as these obey no one but their master, Kircher. Accept now this token,
Damn,
such as it is, and long overdue though it be, of my affection for you,
Oh,
and
these guys are
burst
like
through its
lovers.
bars, if there are any, with your wonted success.
Damn, I mean, I would read this book. like straight up, I would read it.
Yeah. And then he goes on to a couple things.
Ooh,
He
oh
talks
my-
about
I gotta
he
thought
talks
of a
about how
great
much
idea. What if they had fucking they bring Nick Cage back?
this is a great episode.
Like seriously,
would be
a great
literally,
one.
movie number 3. Like
This is
he
the
comes,
episode.
deciphers the fucking
Yeah.
thing.
National
So,
treasure.
national treasure,
Yeah.
international treasure.
So he does mention that the book was purchased for 600 ducats, which is at that time it was like a gold coin.
Damn,
Okay.
that's a
Yeah.
hell of gold.
In-
It was
coin.
like a European gold coin back
That sounds
in
like
back
it's
in
like-
the 1600s.
It's like billions.
Ducat.
Right there.
Yeah. He believed the author was Roger Bacon, the Englishman. He says, on this point, I suspend judgment. It is your place to define for us what we view we should take thereon. To whose favor and kindness I unreservedly commit myself and remain at the command of your reverence.
Jesus, this guy was like,
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy wanted a little bit more than decipher. He wanted him to decipher his sexuality. Like he was like, man,
And this
at
is
the command of your reverence.
this is
Wow.
this is
It's
Prague.
called sucking up back in the day.
Oh yeah, I
Brown
mean, like,
nosing.
Oh, that was like deep brown.
Damn.
So the manuscript continued to intrigue and confound through the centuries. Eventually, through a series of people, it made its way to the hands of Wilfrid Voynich in 1912.
Oh, so then he named after himself.
Okay.
It's his manuscript. The fucking conceited piece of shit. The Voynich Manuscript.
So that's why it's called the Voynich Manuscript.
Why don't they
Because
call-
he
what-
was a like a antiquities dealer or like a rare book dealer.
I mean, isn't that the
And he
number one
purchased
cover
it.
for like drug
Yeah.
lord? I sell antiquities. It's like, oh, because you
Swear, Ossifa.
I know. Also, it's like literally, it's like $18 million for a piece of paper.
It's really rare.
It's
It's like, trust me.
Why does it weigh 800 kilos? What are you talking about?
It's a folio.
So
It's a folio. It's a folio. It's the pages.
So in 1969, it found its final, I guess, place, and it's located at Yale University.
Of course. Fucking,
Yeah.
Of course. I was gonna say Harvard.
And it's part of the Beneke Rare Book and Manuscript Library.
I wonder if you go to school there, if you can like look at it,
That'd be cool.
like touch it.
I wonder if you can. I don't know.
It's probably it's in the restricted section.
I do know. I do know that you can see online. You can see every page.
Oh.
Okay.
So somebody
That's how
HD'd.
That's how you got these, or what?
Yeah, I mean, disregard the printer ink.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like 120p.
full
No, but
color.
also you said it was in color, right? So like
Yeah, it's
some
in
of these
color.
plants are also like
Yeah.
all full
Yeah.
color. Or
I
whatever?
think it's amazing that the fact
Yeah,
that
cool.
the color preserved over that long is amazing.
True.
Yeah.
Calfskin is the win.
I'm
I'm
telling you,
gonna start writing letters on
that
calfskin.
soft calf skin.
Yeah, that fucking the calfskin shoes.
That wagyu.
that wagyu. That fucking A5 fucking Kobe.
So I mean, to this day, there's never-ending people
this day.
trying to this day.
It's like the thing.
It's like that.
She.
Yeah.
She.
No, I mean, so many people have
love that one.
tried.
It was so good.
So many people have
What a
tried
gay
to
thing.
decode this, and nobody has. And
I mean,
the
it's
first and foremost theory is that it was a hoax.
That's the great. Oh, that's the most time-consuming hoax of
yeah,
all time.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know how long it must have taken to fucking do this hoax?
I
So
don't
let
buy
me
that
just tell
one.
you. Let me just tell you. All right. So one prominent theory suggests that the manuscript is an elaborate hoax designed to deceive readers into believing it contains valuable knowledge, but it doesn't. Alternatively, it may be an encrypted document intended to protect sensitive information using a sophisticated cipher that we have yet to decipher.
But
Whoa,
I think, like,
so
who
complicated.
would spend this much time
Yeah.
to do a hoax? Like some like ultra rich assholes. Like these fuckers are never gonna get. Like I'm gonna spend literally thousands of man hours writing, and it looks like
Legit.
Like look, these letters are all
does.
the same. Those are all like
It looks
those
better
three are-
than J.R. Tolkien's.
Oh, dude, it does. I mean, it's really beautifully done.
Yeah.
So there's no way that's a hoax.
No way.
No one would
I don't buy
ever.
that one.
No one would. It
Okay.
would be one. It would be one folio if it was a
Okay.
hoax, not fucking 100.
Yeah.
Okay, other theory, lost language.
Totally.
Another hypothesis
Could be.
proposes that the manuscript is written in a lost language or a constructed language, possibly invented by its author for secrecy,
That-
or by a civilization that just disappeared.
Maybe they. Maybe this is tied into the Hollow Earth. These are the underground
Yeah.
people. Like that's why they're all the weird plants and shit. Like all this weird shit.
That's true.
This is the kind of plants we grow on like in the North Pole.
The
Plant.
thing is that whoever the author was, and if he wanted to keep it a secret, then why did he go through all this trouble to like, encrypt it and put it into precious calfskin?
I know, precious calves.
Let me make sure this
I
lasts
know,
forever.
I know, right? Legit in color and shit.
Yeah.
Like if you were hoaxing it, why would you make it in color?
Yeah.
No, fucking difficult. Jesus.
Next-
All the elaborate naked women drawings. Like, come on.
Next theory is an herbal or pharmaceutical guide. Some researchers speculate that the Voynich manuscript is a medieval herbal or pharmaceutical guide akin to contemporary herbals that catalog plants and their medicinal uses.
I like
The
that one.
detailed
It does look like
illustrations
that,
of
yeah.
plants and herbal baths depicted in the manuscript support the interpretation.
Oh, you said it was green, the green bath. Like,
Yeah.
like herbal tea, like a green tea bath.
Yeah.
But why was it written in a language that nobody understands?
But maybe it was like a dude, or maybe it was, I don't know.
Wild
little,
dude up in the country.
Little Anunnaki come down. They're like, hey, we'll teach you how to. This is herbal science, my dog.
Oh, we're coming. We're
Well,
coming to that.
well,
Hold on.
but if I was,
that's part
but
of
if
it.
I was Anunnaki, I would definitely want to be surrounded by only bitches. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
They ain't no dudes at all on any of these things. I can only heal women
Another theory.
while they're naked. It's the only way I can heal you.
Another theory is astrological or alchemy related. Due to the presence of intricate astronomical diagrams and celestial charts, another theory suggests that the manuscript is an astrological or alchemical treatise, possibly containing hidden knowledge related to celestial events or mystical practices.
I mean,
I like
I'm
that.
definitely,
I like that
I'm definitely
one.
in the vibe of the mystical practices.
Yeah.
Okay?
This is definitely got
This
the
is like
vibe.
wild shit.
This has got the vibe of mystical practices because like in the occult, everyone's always naked.
Yeah.
And like they always gotta be
Yeah.
doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
You gotta have like the weird fucking it's all
The weird thing.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, we got a special plan. and
Titties everywhere.
Blood, yeah.
Make sure there's titties.
There's literally the occult guys like had it. Like, they're all pervs.
Yeah.
So they're like, the devil's not gonna come unless you're naked. I mean, hello. They're like, now you have to blow me. It's a spell. Do you want him to come or not?
It's not me.
It's
just the way it is.
Look at the manuscript. It's not me. I'm not saying it. The manuscript's
Evidence.
I know. It's just telling me to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. Like, old pervy guys are like, hell yeah.
Next up is extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
Next up is extraterrestrial or supernatural origin. Among more
my go-to.
speculative theories, some believe that the Voynich Manuscript contains messages from extraterrestrial beings, advanced civilizations, or supernatural entities. This theory attributes the manuscript's cryptic nature to its otherworldly origins and purposes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, while I do think that's cool, I love it.
This one's not the one?
I don't think this is the one. I don't think this is the one.
Okay.
I like that one.
Okay.
That's like, I could have said that. I could have told you that before the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, and then last one on it is historical figures and secret societies.
Now
if you think about it,
now we're talking.
okay.
So
Yeah.
if you think about it, if we were in the secret club,
Yeah.
This is what I would be one. This is like
skulls and bones.
Yeah,
or what
skull and bones.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, maybe this is all like fucking ED medicine, and then they're like, check it out, bros. Like, chew on this like jojoba root.
This is called orgy right here. Okay.
I know. It's like, look, that could be you in the middle of that pool. For a small fee.
Execute an orgy.
Yeah, for a small fee, I will give you what you need to stay erect for 4 hours or longer.
it's crazy how much we need a female on this show.
Literally, that's why we're gonna. I can already feel the negative comments coming in, like, you fucking idiots. You're not funny.
Certain
losers.
hypotheses connect the manuscript to historical figures such as Da Vinci or Roger Bacon, both known for their interest in cryptography and esoteric knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
According to these theories, the manuscript may have been created by a secret society or individuals seeking to preserve or transmit this hidden knowledge or hidden technology of medicinal help,
Well, I totally believe that, especially especially with all the plants too. And one thing throughout history, super rich and powerful people have always been obsessed with like eternal life. So you can see like this is like some sort of like fountain of youth type shit, or like definitely some like created some language so that they wouldn't get like intercepted, and like, oh boys, we're gonna fucking live forever. Like, trust me, you get this like weird fucking plants.
The Holy
and
Grail.
Shit.
It's back to the Holy Grail, which we need to do an episode on.
Dude, they've been trying to.
Because the Holy Grail seems to be like an interweaving.
They've been trying to do it
of
forever.
Eternal life.
It's the main thing. Yeah, like even you get to like the Fountain of Youth or the Spanish, and they were like fucking shitting all this money into
Everybody
finding
wants
it.
to
like,
live forever.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ugh. Like, especially like, what if you like live forever, but you're like working at Denny's for like forever, like just like shit, like just end it. Like, I'm fucking done with this shit. That's why it's only the rich people.
I know.
It's always when you're a billionaire, you're like, what the fuck, I want to like make this go.
True.
So in conclusion, the Voynich Manuscript continues to defy understanding. As technology and scholarships continue to advance, new techniques and code breaking and perspectives may unlock this, but up to this day, it remains a mystery and nobody knows why it was created,
what
language it was created, and why it was hidden.
I mean,
yeah.
I really want to know what it says. It's super bad. I just want to know what these plants
And there you
are.
go. That's the Voynich
I want to know what's
Manuscripts.
going on with these girls over here.
I know, like, I'm trying to see what that means. I mean, yeah, they're all touching.
So the question then becomes,
This is super secret society. Bro.
yeah,
Yeah, that definitely.
This is like
smells
reeking
of-
of fucking
Yeah.
secret society.
Yeah.
it really messes it up when we know it's from the 1400s, right?
Yeah.
Like we know.
I mean,
that.
if this would have
if
been
it's-
like from like
science
if
tells
this
us
would have
that.
been like pre like 2000 BC, I'd have been like
Yeah.
aliens. 100%, aliens, 100%.
it's found in the pyramids.
I know, like the fact that it was literally from like the 1500s, I'm like,
Yeah,
this is a little secret society to me.
yeah.
They would go through the time and effort to create
Yeah.
a language to like pass on shit secretly, and maybe they just all died off. Maybe like you know, whatever the fuck happened, and that society didn't make it. But this is definitely, this has got secret society vibes.
Yeah.
Fucking all over.
Okay.
In my perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, leaning more towards like
this is not
like
this is not-
pharmaceutical
But here's what's crazy. This is not a.
what do you call it? Botanical? No.
Yeah,
What the fuck am I trying to say?
Botanical.
Botanical.
So
There
my
you go.
first inkling is that it's a barbaric civilization that was lost. But how is that barbaric?
That shit is not barbaric. Have you seen my handwriting?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah. Do you know
barbarian
what I mean?
compared to these
No,
guys.
That makes
that's
sense, like-
sophisticated.
That's
Yeah.
hella
That's literally
sophisticated.
the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how much ink it
Yeah.
took to fucking with a quill to fucking write this shit?
I mean, these are not attractive people.
No, not at all. But back in the
that's
day,
just, like
these
the
bitches-
artistry.
That's just a bad drawer.
Yeah, it's a bad
I don't know,
draw.
back in the day, these were like fine. This is like ideal. You're like, damn, girl, look at the curves.
That was a
on
dime.
that.
That was a dime back in the
Look
day.
at woo!
Hey, Frederick, turn up the green water.
I know, like,
It's a little cold.
I know that back in the day too. They were like, God, she's so skinny. Barf. They're like, give me a woman.
Give
like,
me a healthy,
I
plumped.
She's clearly not have a lot. She doesn't deserve the calf skin.
Okay, so let's break it down. So they're 1400s.
Yeah.
It's a massive book.
It's huge. That's what I'm saying. It can't
This
be a
is
fake.
not-
No one fakes that shit.
No.
Yeah.
With
I
that
agree
many,
with that.
that many folios.
But-
I think
so-
we're all on board with that.
So if it was a civilization that spoke this language and had that writing, then that means that civilization's gone.
But see, the thing is, this is
And we never translated it.
this
Yeah.
this looks and feels
Right?
European. It was passed out to Europe, so I don't
It
think
looks
there's some
Italian, doesn't it?
no, not at
No.
all.
No.
0%.
Hmm.
I've just seen Italian writing. It doesn't look Italian. I mean, in essence,
Biblical.
this writing itself looks like it's fucking from like I would say like Middle Eastern, like ancient Middle Eastern kind of writing.
That's the first thing I thought.
yeah,
when I was
that's what
looking
I
at that.
thought too. I was thinking Sanskrit looks
Okay.
very Sanskrit-y.
Mm-hmm.
And that and Elvish. I mean, it looks like fucking. It literally looks like Elvish. Like I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's like some. It's clearly not an ancient. This doesn't.
It's not like hieroglyphic type shit that you see in the
But
pyramids.
why
Like,
can we
it
not translate it?
It literally looks
That's what I
like
think.
you know little regular words with regular letters, but it's just like I don't know.
It's
I mean,
almost. It's like just too scripty.
yes.
But why can't we translate it?
Shit. Dude, I can't get up.
I know. I
But
can't.
I'm gonna text you like 4 a.m. Shit.
But
Because
why
the thing
can't we
is,
translate it?
Either one of two things. Okay, so it was some civilization, some society that just died off, and then we never knew the language.
Oh my God.
Or did they do this on purpose to kind of like
Yeah.
encrypt it?
Those are the two. That's the 2
Right.
points. Or is it extraterrestrial?
The
Wait,
thing
what?
is, if you wanted to encrypt
Those are the
it, though,
three things.
When did
well,
when
I
did,
like,
when,
I
when
like
did Pompeii
extraterrestrial.
happen?
I like
A
extraterrestrial.
Pop-
long time ago, way earlier.
Damn
than
it!
this.
I was
Yeah.
like, maybe this like wiped out by a
I think it
volcano.
was like 400 BC.
Okay, well the
Yeah.
Pompeii theory is
I
out.
think I'm guessing.
Wiping that one out.
Yeah.
You never know.
I like that,
Calfskin
though.
These days,
The calfskin.
No, I like
Heat
the going-
resistant.
These folios are
These-
not made.
They're not making these folios like they used to. These folios.
I'm telling you.
I like where you're going with that though, because that's a community or
That was completely wiped out.
wiped out.
Yeah, fully wiped out. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's like some cataclysm, like that.
But
whole,
even then,
even, like,
we can translate Pompeian writing.
But even like nowadays, I mean, I'm sure we can translate it too. But like, you got some Amazonian civilizations that you don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck kind of
Hell
language
no.
And
they
who
have,
knows
right?
how it made it to the guide's library?
Yeah, we don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
these could all be like black women, but it's like we don't know.
Yeah.
Some racist
Well-
painted in white.
No, just like they didn't. Like they didn't want to make them like fully black with the ink. Like you couldn't like do.
True.
Yeah, they were like, who? What are these shadows here? Like, what the fuck is this?
True.
Yeah, so maybe it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But wait, does that say 84?
It does say
Okay,
84.
it's
But
78.
these are later
Oh,
edits
yeah.
and
Oh,
later.
okay. I was
later,
like, I just deciphered that shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
am I reading?
No,
Like,
some of these, some of them have writing on the spine or the side. What do you call them? The side margins.
Mm-hmm.
And they have
Like cliff
people-
notes?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. So where are you at?
I mean, I think it's
because there's so many plants.
I think it definitely seems very like apothecary-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
But
What is that?
that's like the medicinal,
Yeah.
like, pharmaceutical.
Like, hey, what does this plant do to help you, with gonorrhea.
Yeah, that's
and then-
interesting. That's kind of what I was leading.
But then, it makes me think secret society. I'm like, why is
Why?
there only naked women?
Yeah, why?
They're everywhere. I don't
Yeah.
understand. It doesn't make any sense. That's why it makes me think
Sure.
like, and they're
And
all
the-
in pools. Why
Yeah.
are they all in pools? In a pool.
And just so you know, in the colorized photos of these are all green pools.
Mm-hmm.
It's green.
So it makes me think that there's some like,
Yeah. And these plants look like they're in the center of the earth, like the hollow earth theory. They're
Right.
like
Yeah,
wild.
they're
yeah,
definitely
they're
wild,
Wild,
like-
Yeah,
wild
like-
plant.
so maybe we're onto something. Maybe it's like it is.
Maybe it's from the center of the earth.
It is a hidden civilization.
yes.
It's like from what
I
is
love
like
it.
the Atlanteans?
Yes.
Like, it's like,
Maybe.
these are the Atlanteans, and
Yeah.
maybe the water down there is all green.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really have a good one for this.
I like
have a
I
good
like the
one
whole
for this
idea of
either.
the medicinal, like maybe it was like somebody's diary, right? And they're like or somebody's like logging.
And they made their own language yet?
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
But how did we not translate it? Doesn't make sense.
That's why I'm saying like it has to be
Yeah.
like
I think maybe we have to come to terms with there were civilizations that we lost everything.
yeah,
yeah,
it's totally possible.
yeah.
You
It
know
is
what I mean?
totally
There
possible.
Over the
definitely
last
is.
800 years.
I mean, that's
700 years?
really the only explanation that
Yeah.
makes sense
So,
is that there's
a little society that maybe was an offshoot of, like you said, the Middle East.
Oh, maybe they were like some
And-
little village.
Yeah.
They're a little village, and they were like, "Damn, we got
Yeah.
some cool plants up here."
And this is the medicine man.
oh
This is
yeah,
his book.
he's like a little
Yeah.
witch doctor.
This is
what I'm
his
And
saying,
he's up
yeah.
there like,
Yeah, it's his book. All right, solved.
yeah. Stamp of approval.
Yeah.
Done.
This and Tupac.
Like done.
Solved.
Add it to the list.
Yeah.
And he was
All
like
right.
in a village of women. And he was just like
All
balling.
right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think we just might need some help. So
Please,
if
I have
you guys
fucking.
have,
I'm like at a loss
if
here.
you guys have ideas,
That's true.
theories.
If you have any idea what any of these fucking plants are,
Honestly, this is one of the ones that I feel like kind of stumped us a bit.
I'm super baffled.
Yeah, no idea why.
And I don't know why. Like, there's got to be some reason why all the women are touching. They're like why?
They are
Like,
touching.
they're literally.
They're like butt to butt to butt.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
like they're all touching. I don't
Yeah.
understand. So, anyways,
And what are these pipes?
dude, I don't understand. I don't get it. It's clearly a flow, but
You
it's
know,
flowing
I-
from an acorn.
you
I
know,
don't
I-
there's a fucking pine cone.
There's
I don't
one
get it.
theory. There's one theory that somebody started to get into biology and science, and these are zoomed in cells. And it was the first time.
No, there's no way.
I know it's
no way.
a bit.
Like, what
It's
the
a
fuck?
bit
They
of
didn't have
a
any
far-fetched idea. But
microscope.
so it was the
and-
first time microscopic.
Like, oh yeah, they can
things
make
that-
microscopes, but they're drawing fucking like
Yeah.
this. Okay, sure, advanced. Fuck out of here. like, literally. Like,
I don't know. Obviously, we're grasping for straws.
Yeah.
Grasping for straws.
this is how you build a time machine with these plants.
Dude, yes.
And these, like, this
Here
is
we
actually
go.
what it is. And this is the time continuum right
And
here.
you gotta
this
go
line,
80
like-
miles an hour with a few naked bitches in the back.
Gigawatts, like,
88.
jizzawatts in the back. Like, anyways,
All right.
please
all
help
right.
us. We don't know.
Well, that's what we got. That's the Voynich manuscript, guys.
Yeah, definitely look at the pictures, and you'll
Yeah.
understand because we do a lot of talking about the pictures.
Yeah.
It'll really make sense when you see them, and you're gonna be like, oh, like what? Like this is literally like this looks like a wedding cake. Like, they look like wedding cakes.
Yeah.
And then they're next to like all these weird like
Or
tentacle.
it's like grandma's recipe book.
Yeah.
She like drew
if-
something. You're like, hey, you gotta throw 2 punches of salt and with a plant.
If grandma was like a schizo.
Yeah,
Like, then,
exactly.
like,
There's a bunch of nudists.
I know. Literally, it was like, oh, those are good old days. All right.
All right.
All right, there you guys.
That's what we
there you
got.
go. Yeah. All right.
Catch
Don't
you
forget
next
to
time.
yeah, share. You know?
Share. Join Patreon.
There you
Do
go.
it. Do it for us.
No.
If not for you, do it for us.
So we'll catch you. Hope you guys have a good week.
Yeah,
And we'll
seriously.
catch you later.
I know, and we'll eventually be. The goal is to be releasing 2 episodes, or at least a news episode every week. But
There you go.
we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Nighty night.